In Lakota Star knowledge, there's a really old story. It involves two leaders of the people. One was young and one was old. The young man tried to overthrow the old man, but it didn't work. And the young man continued to send unhealthy energies towards the old man. The old man always responded with patience. He didn't say anything. And sometimes he would say something, but he never gave in. So what this is showing you is that every time the young man sent unhealthy energy to the old man, it returned to him 4 times as strong. So the old man was patient. He responded in compassion. So what the old man was sending out was healthy energy to try to influence that young man. That healthy energy came back 4 times as strong to bless the old man. But he still wanted to help the young man, but through compassion. In time, the young man got into a very serious situation with him and his followers, and they almost became extinct. And this experience really humbled him. And so he changed. He had a change of mind and a change of heart. And he apologized to the old man. He realized that the old man was right. And he just wanted to help him. So he changed from that point. And he became a great leader of the people, of our ancestors. This is a time when we were called Ikje, Oyate, not Lakota. We were human beings, Ikje Oyate, human nation, common people. Doesn't have anything to do with being Indian, because it has to do with communicating from your sacred center. So, because of that humbling experience, he became a great leader, and a lot of people named their firstborn sons after him. His name is Tokahe. So some people say Tokahe, Tokahea. It's the same guy. It's the first one. That's what that means. So, in the beginning of this confrontation, in the beginning of this difficulty between the two, if the old man had responded the same way the young man did, both of them probably would have been destroyed. They would have destroyed each other. There would be this hatred just because of something on the surface. The old man always was patient with the young man, and because of that, that brought the opportunity for a healthy change closer for the young man. If the old man had responded with unhealthy energy too, that opportunity for the young man to change might have never come, and the old man would be changing for the worse too. That's why I said everybody would have been destroyed. That's what this story teaches. I'm really telling the fast version, yeah? The story is actually much longer than that. But I'm just telling you the main foundation, the framework of the story. That when somebody responds to you unhealthy or communicates to you in an unhealthy way, you do have to do what you have to do to protect yourself, but at the same time, you really watch that person and see what they're about, because this young man was communicating purely from emotion. And so the old man knew that. He saw that. He saw that he wasn't speaking clearly. So he prayed for him. He tried to help him in a compassionate way without giving in to him. And the young man left with his people. They left to live someplace else, and it turned out they thought they knew what they were doing, and they ended up almost becoming extinct. So the old man went to go save them. The old man and his people found them and they saved them. They fed them, they nurtured them back, and they were hugging them. They were so happy to see their relatives again. And the young man realized he made a mistake. But see, he knows that he has to learn from it. So he does. And because of learning this and learning about forgiveness, that he accepted what he did, he came to terms with what he did, and he vowed to make the best of his situation. And as a result of that, he became one of the greatest leaders of the human nation. He was the first human man. I'll give you a hint. He was the first human man. It's not Adam. His name is Tokahe. And so as a result, he became a great leader. And he wanted the people to be healthy too. He lived by example. He walked the talk. He practiced what he preached. And that's how he came to terms with it. He made peace with it. And then he was able to learn from these difficulties. He's teaching us. This is the example we're supposed to follow. So as parents, some of us know this already. So this is Wawokie, natural law of generosity. So today, when you go on just about any Native American forum or Facebook group page, you see the total opposite. People, what they want to do is provoke controversy. They want to get people to argue. And they say this leads to better understanding. They say this leads to making people think. I don't think so. When you provoke somebody, that's an unhealthy communication. And that's going to come back to you and kick you in the ass. That's what some of these other native shows do. They want to be the Indian Howard Stern. See, it's a macho thing. This is not the way of a man. This is the way of a gangster. And gangsters are cowards. This is what Iktomi does. There's a lot of stories where Iktomi provokes you. He's a trickster in our stories. He represents everything that we're not supposed to be. The Iktomi stories teach you the thought process that leads him to do these unhealthy things. That's the purpose of those stories. So to provoke controversy, people do this to make themselves popular. When somebody wants to be popular, what that's saying is they want to elevate themselves above others. They want to be stars. They want to be admired. They want to be worshipped. That's duality. That's separating yourself from others, thinking you're better than others. That is duality. People who poke controversy, this is what they do. This is not going to lead you to the road to life. That's going to bring more closed-mindedness. It's going to lock up your vision. Because when you provoke controversy, what you're really saying is that your way of thinking is the only way. You're saying that your culture is the best culture. You're saying that you know what's right for everybody and that your skin color is the best. That's all duality. That's racism. That's ethnocentrism. That's paternalism. That's dogma. These are all unhealthy ways to communicate. All these situations only present you with two opportunities, with two perspectives, with two possibilities. And that's really disrespectful when you do that to somebody. Because Lakota Star Knowledge says, and natural law teaches, there are at least three perspectives to everything. And it's not about which one is bad or which one is good. It's about what can I learn from this? Is this a blessing? Is this peace? There's no labeling of us against them. It's about learning and living so you can love. It's about being in tune with yourself by living these things that I've taught you in this show so that you're at peace within yourself and you communicate as a human and not as an Indian, not as a German, not as a Japanese, but as a human. As a human man, a human woman, or for you feminists, woman. Hey. Well, actually, the word man's and the word woman too, and it. See, I'm not a feminist. So I don't pay attention to these kind of things. female. The word male's in there. Ah, geez, what do feminists want to be called anyway? I have to Google that. Feminists and machos are the same thing, yeah? They're both in the same canoe and they have their backs against each other and they're both rowing forward and they're not getting anywhere, yeah? They're just going in circles. Creating a whirlpool. Oh, shucks. Anyway. But yeah, see, what I'm saying is that when you live these Lakota Star Knowledge concepts, you understand that provoking controversy is going to come back to you. How you communicate reflects what's going on inside of you, and all that energy you send out is going to return to you 4 times as strong. If it's healthy, you have nothing to worry about. But if you're provoking controversy, you have everything to worry about, because that's going to come back to you. Provoking controversy, that doesn't cause people to think. It hurts people. And it angers people. It makes people scared. And if people are not emotionally developed, that's the way they're going to stay. So you have hell to pay when you do things like this to others. You're taking advantage of them. You're oppressing them. Provoking controversy is oppression. You are an oppressor. This is Ikdomi style communication, to try to trick people into thinking that you're actually doing something good. What's the goal of provocation? Some people who use it, they say to make you think, to challenge you. I think not, because the first emotion that people feel is either going to be anger or sadness or fear. And most people in this world are not emotionally developed. And their response may be based only on that emotion, and that might not produce the desired effect. So I think you can challenge the way a person thinks, but not through provocation. I think there's other ways of doing that are more like, what do you think about this? What if it was like this? What do you think? But to come out and provoke somebody, and doing it in a controversial way, this is unhealthy communication. This is based on Lakota Star knowledge. So to provoke is a communication. It is a communication. And that is an unhealthy one. And it will come back. It will come back 4 times as strong. This is not the way of our ancestors. In Lakota Star knowledge, the only time you see stories where somebody provokes somebody, that somebody ended up in trouble. That's teaching you. So the fact that Indians do this, because I know of several shows that do this, where they do provoke controversy, and they're thinking, yeah, we're Indians, we can blah, 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 blah. That's not the way of the ancestors. They didn't say, yeah, we're Indians. They didn't say that. They didn't say they were Lakota. In the Lakota Star knowledge stories, it says they call themselves Ikje. Ikje Wichasha, Ikje Wiya. This is a common person. Doesn't have anything to do with skin color. This show is based on Lakota Star knowledge. And I tell you something, it doesn't say anything good about people who provoke. What it tells you is that people who do provoke end up in trouble. They end up in a very rugged situation. So if you answer a provocation with violence, it makes it bad for everybody involved. There is no justice in that. There is no enlightenment in that. Like I said, everything I talk about on this show is based on some old story or something like that that's really, really old, that doesn't have dualistic elements to it. It doesn't have good versus evil or us against them. Right? It's all about what can we learn from this? Is this a blessing we can enjoy? And how can I find peace in this? And how do I nurture the peace that I already have? That's what this show is about. This is the way of the ancestors. The way of the ancestors is about peace and living with nature. Just think, to provoke somebody, that would be like going out to say to a tree, "Hey, God damn it, can't see the sun," and then start beating up the tree. You're provoking the tree. Who does that? Iktomi. Shoot. So for all you guys out there that provoke, pay attention to that, yeah? That's the Iktomi way.
Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video. I really, really appreciate it. And if you would like to send a special thanks in support of this channel, look at the bottom of this video where the title is, and right under that, where it says like, dislike, and share, right in that area, slide it towards the left, and you will see the symbols change, and then you will see a heart-shaped button that says thanks on it. If you would like to click on there to send your thanks of support, I would really appreciate it, as I really do enjoy making these videos and speaking with you and spending some time with you. So again, thank you very much for listening. To learn more about Lakota spirituality, I have written a book called Wichocha Otechike. This book also includes Lakota star knowledge information. All the videos that I make, which are about Lakota spirituality, Lakota star knowledge, and cultural information, are based on this book. This book costs 99 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost. And to learn more about Lakota language, I have written a Lakota language book called Chante Etanha Owoglake, Speaking from the Heart. And all my Lakota language videos are based on this book. This book costs 119 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost. And new for 2024, I have a new book called Chekia, which means pray. This book includes a CD that has some prayers on it and also some traditional spiritual Lakota songs. This book costs 49 American dollars, and this price includes the shipping cost. I also teach online, and I give spiritual consultations as well. If you are interested in any of my services and products, you can send payment via PayPal to my email address, which is info@wolakota7.com. You can see the email address on the screen, and it's also in the video description below. When you send your payment, please include your shipping address and your email address. Lila Pilamayelo. Thank you very much. In the Lakota way, everything is circular. As a result, we do not have a word for goodbye in the Lakota language. And so instead we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake. And I will catch you in the next video.